And what's been your peak? Okay, so here we go. What's been your peak that you've got into previously?
I just started playing the game like 2.5 months ago.
Okay.
And my peak as a mid laner was silver 1, and then I just switched to jungle about 2 weeks ago.
An absolute
So,
fresh
yeah.
jungler. Okay.
Yeah, fresh jungler.
Okay, that's good.
So I would say silver 3 is my peak.
Hey, that's acceptable.
Yeah.
What do you like to play? Here we go. I like this little delayed invade bonus flash. That's nice. What is your general champion pool like so far that you've just started jungling?
So I've been playing a lot of Trundle. I've kind of just been one-tricking Trundle right now. When I very first started jungling, I was playing a lot of Echo because I played in mid quite a bit. It was really just Echo, and then I wanted to learn Kindred, and then quickly learned that I should only play Kindred in normals because it's just hard unless you have a team around you. So I've really just been one-tricking Trundle right now. I've played a bit of Zac, but not a ton. So.
Okay. Yeah, Kindred. We've had a Kindred in silver before, and I think that's the right play. It's just the pick requires such good execution, such good mechanical understanding of where the strengths and weaknesses are, kiting and so on. I don't think when you're starting to learn jungle, you definitely don't want to do that. If anything, you want to take a mid laner. Like if you played Echo only mid, you could transition very easily to the jungle. What did you play mid lane, by the way?
I was playing Rumble Galio a lot.
Okay. So you can technically jungle both of those, but yeah, don't advise it. Right. So we burn his flash. Now, I will say this now, obviously we don't have control over our teammates in this elo. They kind of tend to have a very strong focus of their own thing.
Yeah.
But I think honestly in this case, if you burn his flash, do you have a duo in this game or in general? No?
No, it's just me.
Okay, good. So if you have a mid lane duo, for example, you burn his flash, you can just leave a ward on his red and disengage. Because that flash is really absolutely huge.
Yeah.
In terms of setting up your invades later on. But now, let's see. The Shen goes back in, Lux rotates. Okay.
Yeah.
Echo smashes out a Q. The Misfortune's rotated. Okay, so you get chunked now. At this point, I think...
I try to just leave.
Yeah.
It stays, and then it just gets kind of fiesty.
Set the flash E, and the Renekton flashes as well. Oh, Jesus. Okay, oh, wait. No, okay. Alright, so this is horrific. Alright. So the best thing I can suggest in this case is once you get the flash, if you wish to disengage, which I think as soon as their whole team shows up, you need to leave. And you can ping them and just leave. I think keeping your own game plan active and sort of on point is very important because now you've sort of hung around a very long time.
Yeah.
And what you could have done is just gone straight to your blue. Like you could be doing your blue right now and you'd be at the same HP, but you'd be almost finished your buff and you see the Shen. So even if, everything goes wrong over here, at least you know this guy, where he is, what he's going to do, that he has no flash, and we can abuse that. So I think, as always, I always say, focus on what you can control.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially from the jungle. Now, what was your actual game plan? Did you just want to invade, burn his flash, maybe steal his red, and then leave?
Yeah, I do that invade quite a bit because
Okay.
I feel like in this elo, most people like the bot lane leash just because it's typically a harder leash. And
Yes.
I just feel like most people clear bot to top. So when I saw him at red, I was actually kind of surprised. So usually, we can get a flash or something like that. And then if I get the red, sometimes I'll level 2 gank top if it's a weak top champ. But typically, I'll just see what I can get there and then just leave and then do buff Gromp buff on my side. Hopefully my bot lane puts a ward on my red if I can get the buff. And then look for a level 3 gank if I can get one. If not, try to contest Scuttle. But yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, you've got a reasonable thought process here. I like it. Whether you should be using Trundle for this is debatable. So the level 2 strategy, you can, right? I mean, if you're gonna go pillar second, great. But obviously E is much nicer for. Wait, did I just confuse that? Yeah, E's a pillar.
Right.
If you go E second, it's nice for those level 2s, but obviously the W is more important for clearing.
Right. I mean, it's very rare that I do that level 2 gank.
Okay. It's just only if it's like sweet prime, pluck the fruit, you know.
Right.
Versus Renekton. Okay, careful. So good kiting already. Careful not to reset the aggro. Baby frog exists. Yeah, this is tough. This is tough. What do you think about the gank ability of each lane in this game?
Heimer's tough just because the turrets. I mean, he's got to be in a weird positioning for you to. He's got to really misposition for that to happen.
Yeah.
And you know, mid's kind of tough because I could just get hit by a Lux Q if it's not on cooldown. And then you know, Thresh Q same way, but that's you know. So I think it just depends on positioning for quite a bit of it, but.
Yeah, I mean, Misfortune's difficult just because of the movement speed and the Thresh Lantern. I feel like these make bottom lane so difficult. But you do have the... Is this dude running Hex Flash? Good. So you do have the Hex Flash E into R once he hits 6 from the set. You have your Pillar to interrupt the Thresh. This is a gankable lane. It's not, you know, the most beautiful lane in the world because of the Thresh. But I think, yeah, mid lane, you're right, will depend on the Lux positioning a lot. The thing is with Trundle, and he just got nerfed again. Which is, I'm bringing all this up because with Trundle, you lack a few things that make other junglers really successful in the elo. Now, I know, like Tarzan has always said, and I've also said, just play Trundle, face smash everyone, solo the dragons, invade, and just get a lead, and you can basically just run anyone down. Because your Q removes that AD, but...
And that's how the good early game... When I have a good early game, that's exactly how games go.
Okay, so like very aggressive, okay. See, like right now in this point, where do you think Shen might be?
Well... He was at his red still when that whole fiesta happened, so likely his bot side.
That's what I would think. And he is. Now, what he did do, which is that's not strange, but he did red into Krugs into this one. So this will give him 3. So you're completely right on the money. But the reason why I point that out, and that's good tracking, let's go remove him from the game. You know, if obviously this is gankable, right? We're looking at the HP, this is gankable. Right. But if this is pushed up, or if this is just full HP and your bot lane is just too low, because I mean, this is fine, but if they were really low on HP and mana, this would be a tough gank, because they wouldn't be able to fight. I love to see junglers look at this and abuse the fact that he was delayed and has no flash. So I'd like to see that as something you sort of think about just a little bit more often. I mean, I don't know if you do. Obviously, it's a 1 game sample size, but in addition to all your gank game planning, I think that's something we could think about.
Okay.
Okay, so the pillar placement is it's close, but I think we could have put it right against the wall.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, if we put that against the wall, I mean, you get the flash anyway. I think you don't stop it, but who knows? It's Silver 3. Maybe he misses the flash because you place it just at the right distance, you know? Right. But that's fine. That's good. I like it. Now let's go invade. No, don't listen to them. See, that's perfect, right? A lane that's not totally gankable. We burn the Thresh's flash, which is what we want. Now let's go. Now you can still invade this guy. Obviously, you have to pay attention to bot prio and stuff, but yeah. This is... Yeah, now she's just going to ward. Ah, he hits the E. Good. Boom. He actually does the work. Perfect. And you know what's funny? Your gank was beautiful. If Set could have done that himself. Like, he didn't need to ping you. But at the same time, if you don't feel that that's there, or don't recognize that's there, you must also follow your own game plan. Don't be roped in by their opinions a bit too much.
I tend to listen to because I try to make my teammates just a little bit happy, that way they don't get tilted. And,
the emotional state of the team is very important too.
Right. So I try to help out. I actually feel like that's one of my biggest weaknesses, because then I end up just like running around for a while, like, oh, they want me here. Oh, mid's pinging me. Like, I don't, and then I kind of just get stuck. And then I get behind because of that. So yeah, I agree. The concept of making your team happy is one, through listening to their pings, right? The alternative is just by destroying the game. I mean, if you don't listen to their pings and you end up being like 3-0 and getting dragons, they don't tend to care if you listen to their pings early or not. But I mean, this was all good. I like this. Good early game plan. Nice gank. Pillar was enough to burn the flash, and then, Set did what he could have done without you. He didn't have to stop pinging you. And obviously, Thresh, Shenna, what's the cooldown of that? 16 seconds. It doesn't feel like it's 1.7 seconds, does it? It feels like it's like 3 seconds, honestly.
Yeah. Because this is tough, right? This defensive zone. Basic attacks that would hit Shen or an allied champion are blocked. So that's really good against you specifically. But you'd have to kite him out of that zone, yeah. Right. I don't think I go for a Raptors here.
Okay.
I think, given that you just shoved this guy off, and you know that his wolves are up, and you saw that he had 18 CS, I don't know how frequently you're tracking CS at this point.
Something I'm working on. Definitely getting better, so.
Yeah, no. You know, you tracked him perfectly here, which is more than I can say for most junglers. But once you do that and you run into him here, it's very good to press tab because you will see that he had 16 at the time.
Right.
And there's no Gromp, there's no blue, which means he must have done red, another camp. You don't know exactly which. Actually, you do know exactly which. And he would most likely fall to wolves. So you have the positional superiority. The bot lane is ahead, and your mid lane is shoving. You can literally just take this crab and move up through the back and take the other crab.
Yeah.
And I think that's way better than losing all of your resources on the crabs. On the raptors. And also, make sure you're hitting these small raptors first.
Yeah, I don't know. I usually do. Don't know why I killed the big dude that time.
Well, you have smite, that's why. But we don't use it, do we? No, we don't. No, we don't.
I think I was.
Yeah, I mean, you got 2 charges. So if you know, like maybe the Shen, maybe you have no mid prio, maybe bot lane is losing, the Shen is alpha'd you out of the river, and he's gonna go crab you there, and you feel like you have to do these 2 camps. Yeah, hit the babies, smite the big one. Make sure you're full HP, because at this point, and also you can kite them out in the area just to make sure that you're not sort of face tanking everything.
Yeah.
Because, you know, now what do? Like, you've got double smite, but you run the risk of anything that doesn't go your way will end up, you know, killing you.
Yeah.
Sure. But I think definitely here you had everything was really good, especially, I mean, you said you started jungle 2 weeks ago. It's really, really good. A nice delayed invade, good game planning and recognizing what lanes you want to gank, nice flash, Set does his job. We run into the Shen by being aggressive, I like that. The next step on that is, as a single target jungler, always get this double crab. It gives you vision control, and then you can move up and hit this plant as well. And if you detect him or see him on raptors, you know, she's low half HP, he's half HP, you'll be full HP at this point, because you just double crabbed. You have double smite up to steal it away, and you have mid lane prio, so you could look to sort of really get under their skin. And I think as Trundle, if you're not getting under their skin, you said you do.
Yeah, I like to, yeah.
Yeah, but you keep doing it. Like, don't stop.
Okay.
That's really something that's next level. I mean, if you ever come across a Smurf, anyone who knows this in Platinum, come across a Diamond, Master Tier Smurf, even at that elo, there's very much a sense of respect to your zones of jungling. And then you get a Master Tier Plus Challenger junglers, and they're just running into your jungle all the time. They don't care about this. You know, their camps are fallback, you know? But in the meantime, I'm going to disrupt and irritate you as much as possible. And in this case, if you hit this plant and shove him off or outsmite him for the raptors, you know, again, you don't have to stop. If he stays out, you just go to the Krugs. Until you see these lanes move, or maybe they're in a really bad position. Right? I'm not saying blindly do it. I'm only saying it because you got Echo here and resources on your side. But definitely look to abuse the fact that this guy's flash is still down for another 2.5, 3 minutes.
Okay.
But that was really good so far. This I don't like. Let's see what you do next. Okay, so you're going down to Krugs. Okay. So now we have to go back.
Yeah.
Echo. Did Echo die? Did I miss it? No. Lux is 102. Okay, up to this. What are you trying to do now? What's your goal?
I just wanted to clear top to bot, and then clear my blue side, because at this point I actually did realize I was like, I just did my whole red side and dragons up. Probably should have, if I didn't do what you just said, I should have potentially just based and then clear top to bot. So I was actually there on dragons. I don't know if I would have been there on dragon spawn, but definitely earlier.
It'd be close.
But I kind of realized that I was like, well, I'll clear my blue side, and then path bot.
Yes. So I like where your head's at. I think in this case, as someone who plays Warwick and Volibear as well, this is a lot of time my game plan, right? Buff, Grump, buff, gank. Actually, for me, as well, it's always Turbo Invade, Giga Invade. I'm just running at them. I don't care. And then also, obviously, look to gank in the flow, and then double scuttle. And if there's another invade possible, lane states, resources, matchup, I'll make that assessment. If not, you get to fall down to the tier 2 Grump, which is the second time it's spawned, right? So it's level 4 now, which gives you more experience. So it's very good to take camps that have already been taken. Right. And then you could take the Wolves, which are much quicker to take. You should be, close to level 5 than you are currently. And now you go back to base, and you can head directly to the bottom lane and do what you want to do. You'll have Tiamat. Yeah. You'll have... you don't go Tiamat. I do recommend Tiamat, actually.
I try it. If I get an early lead, I build it.
Right.
But
yeah, because you don't sub-bead.
Right. So...
Yeah. Yeah, the Raptors and the Krugs would be here either way, Tiamat or not. You'd have Talisman, you'd have Stalker's Blade, and the Dragon Up. So you can actually look to make a play and repeat gank bottom lane, which would be huge at this point. I feel like once you have such a good early gank and the Thresh burns his flash, and Set shows himself to be an actual support in this elo that does stuff, this is something we can use. And of course, this guy, and I'm not super familiar with Shen Jungle, but I don't think he's soloing Dragon at level 4 if you've shoved him out. The guy obviously also wants to go Tiamat, but he went Balmy Cinder first. I don't know why.
Okay.
I think like Shens and Trundles and stuff like this, the Tiamat in this elo is so good because in games where your lanes are feeding or they're ungankable or the nature of the game is such that you can't really take total control, it's very easy to really sequence your camps, as you say, top to bottom, take the Dragon. Maybe gank bottom lane, reset top to bottom, or bottom to top, take the Herald, and then, you keep doing it. You just have such a huge lead.
Right.
But, I'm not a Trundle enthusiast, so I know people have different preferences. But for me, for example, with Tiamat, like, this is dead already, and you're like full HP,
Right, totally.
Okay, so you went down and you got second tier to Raptors. We don't exactly know where the Shen is. We obviously we saw him on the map, but we can assume most junglers at this point would be on their second buff, right?
Yeah.
He's level 4 though because of the fact that 1, he's Shen, and 2, you got a lead over him. So I think what you could have looked to do, and what I think needs to be on your mind as much as possible, as a sort of carnivore Trundle jungler, is double crabs and invades. Okay. So once you do this, right? We do this. This, what do we see? We don't know anything, but if you're looking at the map, look, there's a sword. So this is why we say always look around, and you've got the wards coming out here from the Echo. Yeah. So he runs into the Shen. So this information for you should be processed very quickly. Immediately, you should know if he's still bottom side, he's still level 4. It's highly unlikely, he's taken all these camps and crab. So I think you should be looking to ensure that this crab is taken, because that's huge early game experience for you. Yeah. And then because this is spawning, right? Obviously the Lux is much further ahead than the Echo in terms of let's see. Yeah, 200 gold ahead overall, but 102. He's looking pretty decent, He's had good lane position, good control with. I think you could try and invade this. Just watch the Heimerdinger, right? The rotation, make sure you have your way out, things like that. But I think that's something that should enter your mind. Because since the early gank and the early invade, it's been a bit more passive than you otherwise expressed to me that you wanted to do.
Right. Yeah, so I feel like I've kind of identified that is one of my biggest weaknesses as well, where I'll get aggressive and then I kind of get preoccupied with my own jungle again, and I'm like, I need to clear these camps. Yeah. I need to do this. Like, it's experience just sitting there that I'm not getting. Yeah. And then I lose my lead because of that.
Yeah, this is something, actually, I can't believe I'm going to quote Tyler on this, but he said, I cannot believe I'm doing this, but what he said was so true. He said it was almost like OCD that he felt he had to clear his camps. And I did a video on his jungling before when he was like turbo stuck plat. and that he would be obsessed with his camps, but he wasn't clearing them in any logical way. And once he figured that out, he was getting lots of experience, but he was having low impact. And once he realized, hey, these camps should be rewards or sequenced logically within the flow of what I'm trying to do, he started getting a lot more easy wins, especially with Ivan and Olaf, because he could actually walk into jungles and take stuff, take crabs, push people away, get the deep vision, and then say, right, okay, good. I reward myself with some camps, you know?
Okay.
And you will get more experience here, you know, being on the map than you will just sitting in your jungle, because this guy doesn't deserve to be level 4 as you're about to ding level 5 yourself.
Right, okay.
You did more than he did. So if this is the case, if you find yourself, hey, like, why is he level 4? I'm level 4. I did a gank. I did this. Well, it's because what did you do after that to keep the lead?
Right.
Nothing. Right? Also, make sure to hit the baby wolves first as well.
Yeah.
You don't need to smite the big boy here. You can save it for raptors. Because then you want to make sure you have a charge if you want to do dragon. There you go. That's spawning. Yeah, this delay is horrible, right? The timer comes up, and you think it's up, and then it's empty, and you're confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. That's normal. But see, do you see what I'm saying? Because your blue's about to spawn, his red's about to spawn. This crab is up. This is, you know, you can chomp and smite a turret. You can smite a turret. That's also a thing.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't like ganking hammer lanes. Guys, I don't. I hate it.
I had a really bad experience with it. Like actually, like 2 games before this, and I was like, never again.
Yeah, no. I want to see where you go from here. A little bit of waffling. You want to do Krugs, you want to do blue, and now you're thinking dragon, or we're thinking bot lane gank. Okay, let's go. This should be free. Right, there we go. Okay. Flaccid Frank. Flaccid Frank has gotten a kill, ladies and gentlemen. He may not perform in other areas, but right there, he did. Into the dragon. Okay. So, I mean, it's good. It's good to put yourself in positions where your decisions are all good. We could take our blue, take the crab, invade his red, kill him. Yeah, that's good. That's very good, in fact. This guy, and this is what I was hoping he'd get to this, can all in pretty much any top laner with a small lead. And he's done it twice. So, the fear of ganking Heimerdinger, yeah, that sucks. But you just see, oh wait, my Renekton is only down 8 CS and has already gotten a solo kill. Let's go, you know?
Yeah.
But I think for sure, we'll summarize at the end, but those are two big things that really give you a lead and make the enemy jungler be more behind than he is. So it's like that swing, right? You go up and he sort of doesn't really go anywhere. So your lead just exponentially gets bigger.
Right. Okay.
That was good. That was good. Right. Are we gonna go invade? Let's go invade his blue. Bot lane wants to retreat, so we should have wards. We don't have any wards, so make sure we have those control wards.
Yeah, I don't think I had enough in base or something.
It's possible. It's possible. I you know, it's unfortunate he's going back here, but that this wasn't cleared. If you're gonna go dragon after bottom lane gank, always walk through this bush just to make sure you can take it away. Because what's very important, Twitch chat as well, you guys listen to this. No matter what elo you in, you gank bottom lane, you're like, hey, good for me, right? We move up into the dragon pit, we take it, and then the bottom lane wants to go back to lane. Now, if the bottom lane is, if the enemy bot is still there, you have to guide them back. You have to help them get back because, you know, they put themselves out for you to help you get the dragon, and now they need to get back to their lane. If this ward is up, it makes it more difficult. So, you know, on the way to the dragon, clear this. If, for example, the set's full HP, she's full HP, you know, guide them back and then perhaps trap again, you know?
Okay, yeah.
But this ward gives them a lot of information we don't want to give them. Like,
right, okay.
Like, you take the dragon, and then they see set walk, and they know he's low, and they know he's going back. So, it's better just not to give the information.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, actually, it's a good point. Someone said in chat, when you're hitting monsters or anything, your Q's an auto attack reset, right? So that means we can auto attack and then Q immediately afterwards to cancel the animation time.
Right. I've actually been doing that the past couple days. So.
Warwick, Volibear W, Rengar Q, they all have it, right? So just auto attack Q every time, and it gives you better damage.
Right.
Thank you, Neo Dragus. Good advice. Thanks for pointing it out. Okay. Yeah, for me, you should be like level 7 by now.
Okay. Through the, like, if I went top
those missed
to my
opportunities,
blue.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, those missed opportunities would have given you level 7. I mean, that... See, what hits me big time in this elo is that... there's been no random crab spawn in the game, and no one's thinking about it. Like, if there's no random crab spawning, right? Then the first one must be up. At this point, you should sort of get it to your subconscious, like, wait, why is it an RNG crab? And immediately you should know, oh, the top side must still be up. But the fact that you, as a Trundle, as an in-your-face jungler, that's why I asked you, what do you like to do? Because it lets me know what's in your mind versus what you're actually doing. You didn't. You haven't even been in this river since level 1.
Right.
You know? And that's something pretty big. But I like the camp on the bottom lane. Yeah, let's go. His flash will be up, though. Okay, good. I mean, Shen is level 6 now, so we need to reset now. Alright, so those are a few... We'll summarize the missed opportunities at the end. What do you want to accomplish now?
I mean, I know Rift spawned, obviously, a little while ago, and my whole blue side's up. So if I mean, I hope I did this, but yeah, I should just path top here, Wolves, Gromp blue, and then maybe look top, but Rift, yeah.
See, for me, this is the problem. This is your problem that you told me. I focused too much on my farm. This is what everyone does. Currently, the enemy jungler finally showed, get to 0-0-0 in 10 minutes. He just altered the Lux to save her life. Right, who are we as a jungler, right? As a Volibear, I can just say, right, I'm coming. I'm queuing, I'm on my way. Right? I will intercept this, because Echo currently has no ult. He just used it. Or actually, I don't know. The timers don't reset on the replay, which sucks. So he flashes, Shen flashes. Good. But, like... Oh, Echo. Okay, never mind. But, I mean, you could proactively... Yeah, but you could be looking either... Let me reset the thought. If he's on a 2v1, and he kites upward towards you, which is what he should do, not downward,
right.
And you walk over to intercept, you might be able to make a difference in it. That reactive pathing. If you don't get there, oh well. Right? It's an unfortunate waste of time, but if you do get there, the payoff is huge. And that's where counter ganks come from, right? It's all that, you know, and if you play mid lane, you know it. Like, I'm in a 2v1, where's my jungler? Oh, he's farming wolves. Right, you become that which you hate. But I think here, once you see the Shen ulting mid lane, we should be moving to like, you know, say this is an RNG crab, we should be looking to take this crab before anything else. That's a neutral objective, sitting in the middle of the river, no one wants it for some reason, I don't know why, right? Kind of cute. But it's level 2. You know, Scuttle Crabs respawning is such a huge amount of experience.
Right, okay.
And this is just totally wasted, and that's why I say you should be like level 8. Because had you taken, you know, like your second crab, pushed him off, you're taking the Raptors, pushed him off, taking the second Krugs, it's silver so that the laners are not rotating. You know, they might, but you just react and get out. As long as you know how you're getting out, it's fine. And as long as you see it in time, it's fine. Then you can take your camps, you know, you can reset, kill a bottom lane like you did, take the dragon, right, his blue's up, okay, let's go. And the funny thing is, if you had done the crab and your Grump and blue, you would have had enough of the control ward for that blue invade. You know?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Right after the dragon. Which is why after the dragon I said, hey, look to his blue invade, because he wasn't even in the area. And you can just slap, it's very funny, you just slap the control ward right here.
Right.
In the open. And they will deal with it so you can actually finish up the camp and take it away. Now that's a waste of a control ward. I mean, it's better just to put it in the bush. For long-term vision, but if you're sort of playing the timings, that's another thing you can do. But I think the worst thing here is, hey, Echo's in a fight, let me do my top side.
Okay.
And you did wolves into Gromp. You know, let's look at the map now. This guy's level 9 and low, you're still level 6. She's level 9. They're level 6, she's level 7. Level 7. level 8, like you're very low in experience for this game. And to carry in this elo, you must be the guy with the most experience. And the Shen, just from that one gank and helping, getting some CS absorption, is level 7.
Yeah, totally.
Finally, we take this, should give you 7. Boom. But I like your objective focus. This is good. So, I like where you're looking to get to. You just take, you don't have Waze installed on your phone, so you're having to navigate all the
okay.
all the traffic.
Yeah.
And the better you get at jungling, or the better you get at reading Waze, then the more success you'll have. The pillars are good, but try and pin them, right? Like really pin them so they can't walk by it. Like if you pin her against the wall here, she has to walk around towards you. And as a melee champion, that's great because I want her to walk towards me so I can actually do auto attacks. Yeah, but it's good. Yeah. Again, just minor complaints. And the dragon spawning, we've got the herald. I mean, let's see, 1226, 5 plates, almost down to 2 plates, 5 plates, dragon spawning. I might use it on mid lane, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I have a huge issue with not using Rift fast enough. And like, I swear probably 60% of the rifts that I use, like it's 15 seconds and I'm like, well, I have to drop this. Because I kind of just, I never feel like I have a good time to use it. And then it just runs, and then I'm like, okay, well, I have to use it now. So
yeah, I think in this case you have to assess, right, before 14 minutes, can I use it on a tower that allows me to elevate the game state? What that means is two plates on this. You always see Korea and Tarzan, everyone else. Here's this top tower. Let's go. Let's take it down. Shove this. Our top lane can now roam with us to the dragon. We take it. We dive bottom lane. We go mid lane, and it's over, right?
Right.
This is not going to happen for you. And the thing is, the dragon is very important, and you don't have time to kill Lux and then move all the way up to use it before Heimerdinger would sort of respawn. The wave is quite like, this is just such a long play. It would be really bad, and I've seen people do it. Yeah. In this case, it's just about maximizing your gold because your mid and bot are not going to get to 2 plates before 14 minutes, and you sort of just want the pressure and the gold so that you can actually get the dragon.
Right. I don't know why I didn't. That's another thing. And it's funny as a mid laner. I know this. Like I hesitate to stop and help push waves sometimes because again I get preoccupied with my own jungle.
So we use the bottom lane because obviously you're on the same mind here. We've got 2 people here. I have to see that again. All right. So I like where your eyes were. You see that she's here. Thresh was dead, so we should have a push. And the Shen had a good read, actually. It's nice of him to show up as a jungler, right? Look at this. Here we go, guys. I'm the jungler. I show up. I defend the tower. I mean, you could have activated, like, right here, right?
Right, yeah.
But, yeah, this set should have known that. And he should have just ulted as soon as he got taunted, he should have stayed in front of the Shen so he could ult out of tower range, right? Like, he walked away from the Shen and then ulted him back into tower range. But he kills him.
Yeah.
So, the set dies and the ult kills the Misfortune. Alright. See, that's not good because... Like, I think you actually just get mid. Like, the amount of damage the Echo did himself, 5 to 3 already, I think he can just get mid with that. Yeah. And you could still look to probe a dive here and shove this wave out and perhaps kill the Misfortune. But then this is what we really want, right?
Right.
This dragon. I'm watching now. Yeah, you have to give up. You have to give it up. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I was like, I know we can't contest this.
Yeah, exactly.
That's dead.
Yep.
And I knew Echo was basing too after we got all those plates. So.
Which is why you sort of force him to stick around. You activate the Herald, that gives you 2, maybe 3. You can throw out 2 orders to it. He will get the tower, shove the wave, which sort of directs his focus to the next thing. Like, I know he wants to go back, but you can ping the Drake timer. Like, let's see, do we have pings? There's no pings here. So they're not going to notice that the dragon's spawning. They're not going to notice that the Rift Herald's spawning unless you spam ping it. I think the use of pings here is very, very big. Direct their attention to the objective. because they don't know it
Yeah.
exists, you know. But yeah, by
Right,
using a bottom lane,
yeah.
sorry, by using a bottom lane, you almost forced the set to do stuff because it brought everyone to the area, and then it's sort of, you know, if it doesn't pan out, you have to give up the objective.
Right. Okay.
You scanned here, and there's a ward. Did we miss it?
I don't think I popped it.
Okay, so
until I
it's you're scanning for this area, right in front of the dragon pit.
Yeah.
Okay, so it takes 10 seconds, right? It doesn't take you 10 seconds to walk this area, so it's good to start it here, just in case. It's a good habit, because if you do that now, you'll see this, and you'll see this. You know, like you push the control. I don't think we need to use a control word here either. That's a waste of your 75 gold.
Okay.
Because it's dead, right? You don't need to use it.
Right.
I mean, there's a control word here too, so that you're getting literally no value out of the scanner. Yeah, I think the idea for scanning is very good. Just do it as you walk up to the place you want to scan, so you get sort of maximum range scannage, as it were. And then don't place control words when... Don't scan when there's a control word, and don't place control words when there's no point. But yeah.
Okay.
Vision notes. There's always vision notes. Right. Okay, so that's unfortunate. See, the thing for me is, this is what we call a little bit of a game stall, because the plates are gone. This is low. This is just over half, and this is just under half. You know, but no one's really taking control of the game yet, and there's no clear objective to dictate our pathing.
Right.
I hate that as a jungler, because it means I've lost map control. You know, like the map control you had was gank bot, take dragon, clear my camps, reset, take the scuttle, take the herald, gank mid lane, use the herald, gank bot, get the dragon, farm my camps. Like you had a good, you know, the orders were a little bit out, but the ideas were very, very good. You know, I liked where your focus was. But that was a nice E. That herald play, unfortunately. See, this is what we want to avoid.
Yeah. I felt like this is kind of where the game started to go a little crazy.
Yep. This is the whole thing, you know, like using your herald can change the nature of the game. I think. So obviously, as an engager Twitch chat, please don't do this. Hey, it looks pretty. It looks very pretty, Twitch chat, but don't do this. Because who's gonna follow you? The follow-up engage is he's sitting back here in a binding and your ADC's down here, so you can argue, hey, my team didn't follow up, but how is a Trundle meant to follow up? The dude is carrying this huge clubber. I mean, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the set's bad, but I think once you see this, you've got to recognize, okay, this is a funnel, and they have a Lux and a Misfortune, and, you know, let's just leave. Yeah, like, you use your ult as well. No, don't use, just... I applaud the effort here, but just let him die.
Okay.
Let him die. Okay. Yeah. Pepper ends.
Yeah. And the Echo just kind of soft ints right here.
No, I wouldn't say he's soft inting. I think he's just way too arrogant. Okay, yeah, yeah. I see the path. But your Krugs are spawning, so you could argue, right. I misused the Herald. We had bad times on the bottom side. Our set inted, I inted, the Echo inted, but I was heading that direction to help out if possible. But this is spawning in 10 seconds. You might as well just do a bottom to top.
Okay.
And then look for the second Herald. Because at this point, you've committed to rotating to this fight, right?
Yeah, I was trying.
But that's good. It's not wrong. It's only wrong if there's, you know, say, you know, Scuttle, blue, full camps, red, full camps, Herald. You can just kind of say, well, this is over. I'm going topside, guys. See ya. Yeah. But there's nothing else on the map, so the rotation here isn't too bad because sometimes people do very easily overcommit to these bottom lane fights.
Yeah.
And this Shen is now taking off. So I think at this point, you know, the time here, 90 degreeing up is just wasted. You might as well take your Krugs. Once you're done with those, the Raptor should spawn pretty close. And then you can hit this plant, right? If you stand on the edge of this plant, you can hit it, and you'll be next to your wolves. Save yourself. Save yourself.
Okay, I didn't know that one went over the wall, actually.
Yeah, it does. Right
Sweet.
here on the edge takes you right there.
Okay.
So you can actually go hops and then take the wolves. It's really nice and quick. Saves you. I mean, it saves you 3 seconds, which is all we really want. But again, like now you don't really have an option. There's no real clear play for you to say, right, what can I take before I take my camps? The only thing I would say is you could have looked top lane. Now in this situation, yeah, maybe not. But in general, in theory, yeah, because you see Shen on the bottom lane get the double kill. You know you're gonna be up here first. You know all your camps are gonna be fine. Your blue's gonna be spawning. Let's see if we can go annihilate this top laner quick while you know everyone is returning back to base.
Right.
So in terms of red team's location, you see?
Yeah.
This is free. And we don't really need our camps. And the only time you would say, right, do I need to take a camp very quickly? It's if you're really close to a level up. You know, like take Gromp, get level up, okay, let's go. You know, especially if it's level 11. That would be really huge. But yeah, I would look to this. Now,
I think I go there. I don't know.
Well, let's find out. But you, my point is, you do it before your camps.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
because before your camps is when Shen is going back to base. It's when he's there. Lux isn't in the picture. She's down bot. It's literally a 2v1.
Got it. Yeah. Okay.
Now, right, we're playing a little dodge. Obviously, Shen isn't remotely close, but it's just more about the timing and being able to shove and get this tower before Shen shows up. So in an ideal universe, you know, if you're not Trundle, you know, if I'm Volibear or anyone else, this guy's dead.
Yeah.
But let's see. Let's see. You should be able to. You gotta be careful. There we go. So easy when you have chain CC. Good.
Right, and I knew he had ult, so
yeah.
If he just followed up.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, Timer didn't, and you know, his flash is about to be up. I'd like to say that you timed that perfectly, but sometimes things just work out.
Yeah.
But you see what I mean? Like, if you had done this 30 seconds prior, you two could afford to stick around. You'd have a bigger minion wave. You can take the tower.
Right.
And that's what you need right now. You need to open this map up.
Right. And then my camps are of way less concern.
And they'll be there for you. Yeah.
Right. They'll be there and I'll be getting more experience anyways. So.
And now Shen gets to hold the wave, hold the tower, and absorb the experience. And you're forced to go down again, and now we have to do it all over again. So I think the biggest thing for your mid-game phases is look for a way, when you have a lead, when your lanes are looking stable, and they were, I think, remarkably. We actually had decent lane states. Let's look to get those towers so that we can get the dragons. Because by using the Herald here, you get 5 plates and the tower dead. You don't force your team to coalesce and collapse and dive. Which means if you're spamming the dragon, they know, hey, let's go. Because the Thresh was dead, you can just take it. You don't need to flirt with this. You know, that second dragon's on the map. You can take it. And then because Misfortune was really low, they can't contest that. And if you do, you just flash, pillar up her ass, and then Q her, you know?
Right, yeah.
Auto Q her, excuse me. You know? Yeah. And then she dies.
Yeah.
So...
Man, yeah, that's the whole game right there.
That's the game, right? So the misuse here forces... It's not your fault, because they are mostly in control of their own hands. But they don't know any better. All of Silver players are looking for a leader. And if you want to climb, you have to be that battle leader. You know?
Right.
And it doesn't have to be through words, it just has to be through actions. And it's the same thing here. If you go top lane first, shove, take the tower, you know, Heimer will respawn. If the enemy jungle's behind, you can just run in and take his jungle as well. Then you fall back and take yours. And by that point, second Herald is spawning, right? See, now you're a bit lost. Like, you wanted to take the tower so Renekton could, you know, finally use his spike, because he's hitting his zone soon.
Right.
He's not going to go late game. Placid Frank with the erect play. Alright. But now you're losing mid, so you should hold this. Carefully, though, because Lux is a champion.
Right. Yeah.
In these situations, yes, hold. Also, let's get that crab. I'm thinking out loud. I'm thinking if do I really want this crab or do I want to go straight to Herald? I know you want to go straight to Herald. I'm just thinking for experience.
Right.
Okay, well we should have gone straight to hold it in the first place. And he runs into Shen here. So I think at this point you shouldn't feel pressured to necessarily go directly there. I think you could take the crab and make sure that Shen doesn't collapse into your bottom lane, that this tower is taken. Then they can reset. And if you have any amount of gold that you want to spend that's for an item spike, you could also reset and you could all group up for this Herald.
Okay, yeah.
But I think they had the bottom lane. Yeah, I think because he goes bottom lane and you see Shen go bottom lane, you could very easily deny this crab, which I think is huge.
Right.
Just in terms of him hitting level 11. Right? Because how close is he? How close is he? He's nowhere near close. Okay, but just nice. And then we can easily move on up. Shove this. Hey, and they're rotating to take it. I mean, they shouldn't. They should probably reset. Then we can go crab. And then by that point, the Herald will be up. See, right now you're wasting time. I can't see the direct timer in game, which annoys me. But yeah, right. If you had time to take this and then go up and then directly take this.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. Nice, nice. He tried. The limitations of Trundle are thus. Yeah. So this is warded, so he sees you. I would be scanning. On my way up.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see. I want to see what we see here. Let's see. Okay, so you see on the map here, this is the little things you got to start to sort of assimilate into your game. Watching the Heimer here. Okay. Right there. You see this motion to go down. Now, you're currently watching the Lux, but you're stunned. You're not going anywhere. You have no flash, right? There's nothing to do. So let's look at our minimap. And I don't have to look at him physically with an F key. I can just see him go down, and I see him go down on the minimap.
Yeah.
So I think you just hold that information in your mind. It doesn't mean anything right now. But once you go to Scuttle, because your bottom lane has prior to take that one, and you go up to this, you can scan. And I think if you see that, hey, it's warded, it might change your approach. But I definitely think I scan as I'm going up. Like from here already. Always from here, because it will take you 10 seconds to get through all the bushes. You're maximizing the length of that scanner again. Just like in this situation.
For sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if he has ultimate and flash up, it's tough. It's tough to dive him.
Yeah.
And he wasn't in position. Like, his ult... do you know you can ping? You know you can ping ults, right? So, yeah. I mean, his ult's almost up. You can just ping it,
right?
Because if you show a little bit of patience here for this wave to crash, and his ult comes up, Heimer dies.
Yeah,
Heimer dies.
Yep.
And that patience again gives you time to go and do the Herald afterwards. Tower and Herald again. So that's now three tower situations where we could have had it. With a bit of with a change in our approach, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Like here, like he's trying to clear this off, but I think you can just afford to chunk these. Just take him, right? You got a cannon wave. Wait for the wave to crash on the tower, because what happens is you go in, and you could have had the minions tank the damage. Yeah. And his ult would have been up in 6 seconds.
Yeah, okay.
Changes the nature of that whole engage, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
And now we have to go back. He dies a noble death. Dragon is sporting. And instead of having Herald into Dragon, we now have to make a decision. And our top lane is dead. And that's what you want to avoid.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so the decision is getting the better of you, I see. A little bit of waffling. Pillar. Hey, I like this set. But they took advantage of that and did the dragon in the meantime. So I think your pathing here, instead of going up, should be, firstly, make sure... Let's hit this plant. Make sure they're not doing it. If they are doing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they are doing it, let's just get to the point. Right, okay. So you'd hit this. Who hit that? Did someone hit it? Who hit plant? Or is it not spawned yet? Hey, you see it. You see this. Yeah, so your pathing here betrays you. Because basically, What's a better option here? Right. We have 3 people, plus TP from Renekton in 7 seconds. And 2 of them here, 1 of them here, and 2 of them on Dragon. So which 2 should we go fight?
The mid lane. I mean, especially with where I am right now, we haven't pitched.
Oh, no, but you shouldn't be here. I mean, I'm more like as a general principle. Yeah, let's go kill them.
Dragon.
Yeah, let's go kill them.
Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care. This tower's dead. Good riddance.
Yeah.
I think what I was thinking, since we saw them, I was like, okay, it's gone. And then I wanted to just go straight to Rift.
I mean, look at it now. It's definitely not gone. And hey, this is so nice. You got a top laner TPing in for you. Gotta appreciate these guys. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job, Renekton. So yeah, I think there is a bit of a misdirection as well.
Right.
You gotta shove mid now and take Herald, basically. Did you get it?
It was a bummer. I think it had like 1500 HP left. Yeah.
You wanna know what sucks a lot? You have smite and you missed an eyeball hit. So you could have got it. If you hit the eye, if you both were face tanking it and no one hit the eyeball for one of the rotations, if you hit that and then you smited, you get the herald. That's an I right there.
Yeah.
That's a big suck. Hey, now you got nothing else to do. I mean, you're going full tank though. I don't know. I feel like Warwick could give you a similar feel. Volleyball could give you a similar feel with a bit more versatility for gap closing. Because with Trundle, if you don't run into them, you know, there's no way to get to them, and your W does a good job, but as soon as Lux or Thresh hooks you or stuns you, you're not moving anywhere.
Right.
And there's no outplay ability, there's no dash movement or anything. So I think I'd look into something that has a similar Trundle playstyle that allows you to navigate really irritating comps like this. Threshes, Lux, Heimerdinger. If you don't have a gap closer, it's so annoying because you just run into them. And you're full tank, you know, so you're seceding some of your own carry potential as well. Yeah, in which case you could be a better tank with other champions also, you know? He's still good, but with the nerf after nerf after nerf, sorry, I hit the mic. I feel like maybe, you know, like if you were playing a Volibear, for example, the way you were playing early game, it suits perfectly, matches perfectly.
Okay.
Just something to keep in mind. I mean, if you have to enjoy the champion, you know, if you enjoy Trundle, go for it. I'm just sort of...
Yeah. I was actually, like, one of the main things I was wanting to know is, like, who I could potentially pick up as well, so...
Honestly, if you like the Q mechanics, you've got the Warwick, you've got the W on the Volley. Volley has a gap closer reset that you can use. You've got the ult for a gap closer. They just give you a lot more for solo queue than Trundle does.
Right.
But with the same outcome.
Yeah.
That's a nice Baron sneak, though.
Oh. Yeah, I was actually proud of
Yeah, but you see, this I don't usually coach beyond like 20 minutes very directly because it's just ARAM and who wins the team fights.
Right.
So I know. Let me pull up the timeline. So let's focus on what sort of questions do you have that sort of do you feel went wrong at this point and towards the end of the game? From 23 minutes to the end of the game, what do you feel is a problem that you'd like to look at?
I think a lot of it was just poor fights were taken, and people kept trying to kill Shen.
Ain't that the way?
Set had a few interesting engages, like similar to the one earlier in the game where like none of us were anywhere near him, but he saw a play and he did it. I mean, I think the rest of the game is pretty straightforward, to be honest.
Yeah, like most of the issues, I think at this point you should be, you know, level 14, 100%. You should have 3 dragons, 2 heralds. There should be no towers left. You should, you know, this should be dead. This should be dead. I feel like if you had if your plan had gone perfectly, that would be the state of the game.
Right.
But it's always easy to say because things happen. But at the same time, hopefully there's enough there that we talked about that sort of says, hey, your actions here could have changed the nature of the game. You know, I hope you see that at least.
Oh, definitely. Absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, he's great into melees. Someone said this in chat. Obviously, Trundle's great into melees because of this disgusting Q.
Right.
You know, his opponent losing AD. So if you have a Yasuo and you've got your full AD team comp and they're all melees, yeah, by all means, Trundle's great. Doesn't matter who you fight. It's great for you. But in this case, you know, Heimer, Lux, Misfortune, you're never getting to them because of Thresh and Shen. And yeah, you will get Shen's stats, but really, I mean, what's the ratios here? Trundle drains enemies' max HP as magic damage, and 40% of their armor magic resist. Well, Shen, how much armor magic? Oh wait, you built Titanic Hydra. You only have Ninja Tabbies, you know, which is what he's gonna do most of the time. So you're not really getting any effective stats, from your ultimate either. Which that was, of course, also nerfed for pro play. Hey, Set, I like this guy. Adam, play with Volibear, and then just ult together. It's so funny. Set and Volley are very fun. Like, the problem for me with Trundle here is this is a nice engage.
Oh yeah, it was great.
You know? If he was able to use his ult, let's see. He got stunned. You know, but there's no follow-up. Like, you have to run to them. Let's see. He waits too long. He doesn't even get to use his ult. He waited way too long. He should have just used the E and then dragged one of their DPS to your back line so you can clean him up. But if he doesn't do that with Trundle, you're sort of a bit... You have to hit what's in front of you, and now you have to kind of turbo peel the Xayah.
Yeah.
Really pay attention to that. It's a good pillar, though. I mean, that's fine. We want to try and leave if we can, but... You know, once that's over, once Renekton's dead, once Set's dead, there's nothing left in your kit that really allows you to do anything versus this, so...
Right.
That gives him the next dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Echo kind of tried the ego challenge there again.
Yeah. I mean, with Trundle, you're looking at that huge early game, those things we missed that would have gotten you a huge lead, would have let you keep the game in a very disruptive pattern. Enemy not grouping, rotating to try different towers, you getting all the dragons, and that as Trundle as a Fed Trundle is great because you just WE and then Q auto them down, you know?
Right.
But when they sort of to clump, and if they have, you know, all ranged and some good people in front, you know, I think he's a bit more team comp dependent than those other picks. It's probably the best way to summarize it. Hey, Set ulted someone, but he ulted the Shen, which is obviously fine because of the max HP. But Lux, like, you're just trying to disrupt, but there's nothing you can do.
Right. I mean, Shen's like unkillable at this point.
Yeah, like he just drags Shen in, and Shen has a taunt plus the no auto attack range, and yeah. At this point, you just out solo Q team comped.
Right.
And outscaled.
Yeah, I mean, you just couldn't win a fight at this point.
No, like Set can go into the late game, but he needs to have a lead. You can go into the late game, but you need to have tanks for stats, and you're gonna start to get him from the Shen, but your kit just lacks so much in these fights if they don't play correctly.
Right.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking about potentially playing Set jungle a little bit.
Yeah, Set jungle's fine. I mean, it's more fun. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I think Set and Volley would be fun to pick up. So.
But I think so. The early game we talked about, looking for the double scuttles, invades, take control, remove him, punish the fact that he had no flash, and he didn't get punished. He could just farm and chill.
Right.
Make sure that if there's another option than doing Raptors and Krugs at level 3, we can take it, right? Because we get the crab, we get tier 2 Gromp, we get our wolves. Tier 2 Gromp, the second spawn. Sorry, I always terminology, just randomly use my own terminology. But I feel like this moment here, if you had done all of that, you're level 8 already. And this moment here is like the big difference, right? This is really good. Let's just herald this. You know, ping the dragon, use a herald, right? You'll have this, you'll have a mini wave coming up. You two can definitely finish this off together. She really gets low. See, while you're doing that, you're watching this, she'll get really low. Thresh is dead. And you can ping this and now, you know, hit the plant, ward it up, take away this other plant. And by doing that, you get 2 dragons, a full 5-plate tower. You can shadow your bottom lane and gank them again like a 3rd or 4th time. And I think you have such a nice lead that everything that happened before doesn't happen anymore.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I think. And then of course the Renekton thing here.
Oh yeah, top lane.
Yeah, like don't take your camps first. Make sure we just go up and do it. No ultimate. He has ult up. Absolutely free. It was a really good gank. But if you do it sooner, no one's up there to defend the tower, so you can take the tower also.
Right.
And then you can afford to fall back, take your camps, reset, and then go for the third dragon. And I think those two instances in terms of mid-game control, right there.
Right.
But you have to defeat your own inner demon of, do I farm my camps now or after something else?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.